Auto technicians, nurses, EMTs, and chefs. They are all occupations we rely on, and many Clark County School District students are getting a head start in these careers while still in high school. We'll go inside several CCSD career and technical education programs and find out from students and teachers why these programs are important and how they can benefit students soon after graduation. A special CTE Inside Education starts right now. Thank you for joining us here on Inside Education. I'm your host, Mitch Trustwell. Happy New Year. In just a few short months, thousands of high school seniors will graduate from the Clark County School District, many of them from career and technical academies. Many of those graduates will have the option to go directly into the workforce full-time or part-time if they plan to attend college. Career and Technical Education, or CTE, provides students with the flexibility to earn an income right out of high school while they save for college or simply begin their career. We begin our look at these types of programs with a trip to SECTA's Auto Technology program, followed by a visit to ECTA's Certified Nursing Assistant Education. Both programs are giving students a solid start to their future. Here's Inside Education's Kathy Top.
I see myself 10 years from now being a master mechanic at Volkswagen.
Senior Miranda Ward loves to work on cars, and she knows working on cars will be her career.
I've always been interested since I was a kid because it's kind of recession-proof job, really. Like, no matter what, there's always going to be a need for it.
The Automotive Technology program at Southeast Career and Technical Academy, or SECTA, provides students that crucial real-world experience.
Well, hands-on is probably the biggest portion of the class. Knowing how to do it in the classroom is one thing, but knowing how to do it live is a whole different deal. They have to know how to do it in order to go to work doing it.
I didn't know about SECTA until middle school. We did like a little trip to see all the high schools and how it is, and I never knew SECTA until I took a trip here. I saw the shop right here.
For senior Stephen Nugid, walking into this lab was eye-opening.
I saw a car I liked in here too. I was like, oh my God, I want to work on cars like that. So I came in here to work on. You can make a lot of money in this industry. Like if you keep trying, you can make a lot of money.
And the need in the industry is real.
A huge shortage. I think the last estimate was 70,000 unfilled jobs in the United States.
Several students are already working at internships. And because of the professional certifications they earn while still in high school, these students are in demand.
If they know a little bit, they can move right in, which is why the dealerships are coming here to get students to move right in and start working in dealerships.
As cars get more complicated, so does the training.
Oh yeah, especially with the new autonomous cars that keep coming out, you have to be more of an electrician than a mechanic sometimes. And then the scan tools, you have to do a lot of technical work with that.
And for many of the students, this class is just the beginning.
It's just me as an engineer helping build the cars. Mainly I want to go for BMW. I like BMW. So if I'm an engineer for BMW, I like to be like that.
How do you know that you'll know the answers for all these tests and your inter-program exams? How do you know? You'll write them. And then what will you do? Write them again. That's
Kathy Webb wants her certified nursing assistant students to know the nursing basics like the back of their hand. In her Certified Nursing Assistant, or CNA program at East CTA, there are class lectures and labs, and her students have to earn the opportunity to work in her hospital setting situated in the back of the classroom.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. If you want, you could hold my shoulder.
Andre is one of those students with classroom hospital privileges. He plans to pursue nursing after high school.
Your knees. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
As a member of the CNA program, once he graduates, he'll just need to pass a certification test to work as a CNA, which he'll do part-time while attending UNLV.
I feel that with the knowledge and skills I have learned here in this program, I'll really benefit from it.
He's always wanted to be in the medical field, but he credits his teacher, Miss Webb, with helping guide him and provide part of the drive to succeed.
She's one strict teacher, but you know what? It's going to be worth it in the end when we pass that test.
In the classroom hospital, CNA students practice the basics, taking blood pressure, temperature, pulse, and moving patients into wheelchairs. These CNA students also spend time at the Veterans Home in Boulder City, working and interacting with patients. something student Nayeli Macias says is extremely important.
This program, like, honestly, it's life-changing. Sometimes, like, kids focus so much on academically, like, getting their grades and stuff, but they don't realize, like, doing community service or internships at hospitals, like, you need to expand on your, like, people skills. And it really gives you that people skill kind of thing when you graduate high school that many students don't have because they don't experience it.
Kathy Webb spent most of her career working in neonatal intensive care units around the country, including here in Las Vegas. She wanted to have an impact on the next generation of nurses.
And the only way to do that is to start with their little young hearts and hopeful brains and instill in them what nurses should do.
She knows the CNA program also gives students the tools to earn a living while they continue on with post-high school education.
It's automatic income for their families and for them.
Recently, the school learned students will be able to take their CNA certification at this school, utilizing all the familiar equipment they've already been using in class. Webb expects all 57 students to pass. There is often a waiting list to get into the CNA program. Webb knows there is a big need for medical workers in Southern Nevada, which means her students have a bright future.
So many people think that CNA students they're only going to get a job working with the elderly, or they're only going to get a job on med-surg, but they will get a job in pediatrics. They will get I just had a student come back from last year that's working at Pediatric Rehab Center as a CNA, and the jobs abound.
Studies have shown Southern Nevada's need for additional medical workers is only going to increase with our continued growth in Southern Nevada and, of course, our aging population. Several CCSD career and technical academies offer a CNA or nursing program, and students can earn some college credit while taking medical classes in high school. Well, not every CTE program can guarantee a job opportunity right out of high school. Some occupations, like an architect or a crime scene analyst, do require additional college degrees. But for students interested in these careers, CTE programs allow students to spend a good portion of their high school experience learning about the career they want to pursue. We have two examples of that. The first from Shadow Ridge's Forensic Science program, the second from Northwest CTA's Engineering and Design program.
Today we are going to work on known casings and projectiles to learn how to do that comparison part.
Robert Stalkey teaches forensic science at Shadow Ridge High School. It's one of the career and technical education programs offered here. Today, a mix of sophomore and junior students will spend time working in groups to do some ballistics work, using a microscope and some Google programs to assist them in analyzing the impressions made by a gun's firing pin and other marks. Their research will tell them if the bullet they're looking at matches one found at the mock crime scene. It's hands-on, analytical, and engaging work.
Get them the foot in the door. You know, ultimately what would be ideal is if when they go to college or they go to Metro and they talk about, you know, they're part of the forensic science program at Shadow Ridge, that gives them that one little step in the door ahead of that other kid that say, oh, I just watch, you know, I like watching these shows.
Crime scene investigation shows are one reason sophomore Catherine Valdez is part of the program.
I used to watch a lot of CSI, and I got really interested.
She and others who plan to pursue this field will need to continue on with their schooling, as most analyst jobs require a 4-year degree.
I plan to pursue this in the future because I think it will help with a lot of injustices there are in the system sometimes, and I like the excitement of looking into crime scenes.
Students like Catherine do have the opportunity to earn up to 6 college credits at CSN if they pass a proficiency test at the Forensic 3 level in high school.
Currently looking through the scope to see the impressions that the firing pin makes.
Student Joseph Way also plans to pursue this career. He loves science and the ability to do good.
Science to me was it was a thing in my life that I wanted, and I also wanted to do it to help find criminals and victims.
Robert Stalkey believes he's offering much more than just crime scene skills to these students.
I want them to take away from this is being employable. it doesn't matter what job you're going to do, but if you do choose that job, you're going to be good at it because you know what it takes to commit to something and have good character and commit to something that's bigger than yourself.
Forensic Science as a CTE program is now in its 4th year at Shadow Ridge. And this year, for the first time, Mr. Stolke will have seniors who have participated all 4 years. No matter the subject, he knows CTE programs are filling a need.
The idea of CTE is this kid that, you know, okay, they don't do band or they don't do a sport. They have a reason to come to school because they're a part of this program. And the best part about this is they can apply what they learn in their biology class, their chemistry class, their geoscience class into an actual job.
Isabella Schutte is a senior in the Engineering and Design program at Northwest Career and Technical Academy, who sees a bright future for herself in this industry.
My father has background in engineering, so just seeing him work with that kind of stuff, I thought it was very cool and very interesting.
She says her time at Northwest CTA has provided her with a wealth of skills that are preparing her for the next step, college, and then a career as a civil engineer.
I definitely feel that I am a little bit more advanced than, you know, kids that go to regular high schools, not because of them, but because of just the programs that they have there. We have, you know, like great teachers here that are really working hard to get us to get, you know, to the point where we want to be.
Currently, Isabella is working on a design project for a competition sponsored by the National Association of Women in Construction Education Foundation. Her 3 years of drafting expertise, which all engineering design students at Northwest CTA receive, will help immensely. But in a room of mostly male students, she hopes her skills and her gender will help her stand out in the industry in the future.
You don't see a lot of women in the engineering field, and in the upcoming years, it definitely will pay off. I would tell people that I wanted to become an engineer, and especially the guys would look at me and they would be like, an engineer, a female becoming an engineer? You know, it was kind of crazy to them.
In that way, Denise Burton was a trailblazer herself. This is her 2nd year as an instructor in Northwest CTA's engineering design program. She was a civil engineer in the public sector for 30 years and provides all her students with a dose of reality.
Well, I'm able to tell them what it's like in the real world. So we can do things out of textbooks, we can do we have curriculum that we use, but then I can tell them my experiences. And I've worked here in Las Vegas as well as California and Arizona, so I give them some differences based on that as well.
The majority of students in the program go on to college after graduation, CSN, or a 4-year university. About a quarter will enter the industry in some way directly after high school.
I'm currently working in a real engineering job as a 17-year-old.
Some students, like Jose Rovirosa, are working in the industry while still in high school.
I took the job of someone that was there working like 25, 30 years of age, and I'm there as a 17-year-old because I came to the right high school, I learned the right things, I know what I'm doing, and it really prepares you for what it's like to be a real engineer in the real engineering field.
Now we're going to highlight a different kind of design, the kind used by web developers, graphic artists, and increasingly many other occupations. Preparing students for a future in graphic design and development is what Southwest CTA has been doing for years, giving students a great background of skills no matter what career they may ultimately choose.
Welcome, welcome. Come on in, have a seat.
Denise Snow teaches web design and development at Southwest CTA to sophomores, juniors, and seniors.
Business cards, resumes, 2 goals for today.
On this day, her students are working on their capstone projects. It requires students to look ahead to their future employability. In this case, their resume and business cards.
Use some of these, look at some of these phrasings and put somehow add that to beef up your resume.
Soon the students will present their resumes and other projects to a team of industry professionals who will visit the class.
They present their group project that they've been working on all year long to the industry professionals. They interview with them. They have the opportunity to ask them questions about pay and freelance.
Most of the students in this class plan to go on to some sort of higher education. In fact, Shireen Basyari has already decided to pursue a degree in biology, even though she spent 4 years in the web design and development program.
That doesn't mean that all the things that I learned throughout the past 4 years are redundant or anything like that, because I learned a lot about marketing, and it's overall made me a well-rounded person.
Shireen will take her extensive web design and graphic skills, her coding skills, and other experiences with her, no matter what career she pursues.
Even though I want to be in biology in college, from web design, I'm even able to go into like journalism, I can go into biology, I can go into so many other things. So it's not condensed into just one simple thing. I'm able to go out into so many other things. And if I was at a regular high school, I'd be missing out on so much.
Anthony Calderon is focused on graphics and design and has been since before high school. His goal is to become an illustrator.
It was really easy for me to come in here, and along with that I learned a lot of new things and a lot of interesting things. Because of course, something as general as a website, it's pretty interesting to learn about like what actually goes into it. It's more than what you think.
Anthony plans to pursue a degree at UNLV, and because of his 4 years at Southwest CTA, he is already certified in Adobe Photoshop, and he carries certifications in graphic design, web design and development, and social media.
Once they're passionate about something, you can't hold them back.
Beyond the basic skills, Instructor Snow promotes a collaborative style. Students are encouraged to work together and to find the part of the industry they enjoy most.
They get to individualize it. If they decide they really want to work on the front end and making things look better, they can really work on the front end as long as they work with someone who can help them code, and they team up together and make those skills work. Because when you're doing a website, it's not just one person, it's a team of people. So that's what they're learning, is teamwork and how to figure out what they're best at.
In fact, many of these students are already in the workforce. With the skills they've learned, several students work as freelancers in the industry as a part-time job. Over the past 5 years, Southwest CTA has graduated about 175 students in its web design and development program. Well, earlier we spoke of the projected need for additional medical workers in the coming years here in Southern Nevada. That includes the folks that will get you to the hospital when you're in desperate need of medical attention. Veterans Tribute Career and Technical Academy has an incredible program training the next generation of emergency medical technicians, known as EMTs.
Hello, sir, hello. Not responding. I'm gonna pinch shoulders, not responding. Sternal rub, not responding. Open airway.
Janelle Cabillo has a very clear picture about her future.
It's 2, EMS 2 en route. Ready?
She's a senior in the Emergency Medical Services program at Veterans Tribute Career and Technical Academy. These simulated medical calls are an important part of her education. Provided she passes an upcoming certification test, she can apply for EMT jobs about the same time she graduates from high school.
I wouldn't have even considered going into emergency if it wasn't through this program, because like I never really had an interest in it. I thought it would be like really long hours of work and something that would like really take away from like your life, but then I realized what it could give you.
Janelle plans to work as an EMT while she attends USC, pursuing a career as an emergency or trauma physician. The EMS program at Veterans Tribute excels at offering students reality-based learning. There is classroom work, but also hours of hands-on opportunities in the lab with the same equipment used by EMTs in the field today. Anthony Ciadini leads the EMS program. He's also a licensed paramedic who says this is a great entry-level program for pre-med students or for students going straight into the workforce.
For an 18-year-old kid to go right away into a career with career benefits, 401k, paid vacation, sick leave, these are very good things.
Jose Perez Zuniga is another senior in the EMS program.
EMT is pretty much just a stepping stone for me. I don't want to stay in this field, but I do want to go on to furthering my education in nursing, and I want to be able, just to improve everything that I've been taught here.
Jose plans to work as an EMT once certified and will pursue a career in nursing. The good news, by completing specific courses in this program, Jose has already earned 9 credits at the College of Southern Nevada.
If someone does want to be in the medical field, if someone does want to pursue this career, I think this is an incredible opportunity, just to get, that one extra step in or those couple of extra steps ahead of everyone else.
About 150 students are enrolled in the EMS program. Not all will pursue this as a career, but they will graduate with important life skills and the skills to earn an income.
They're getting this education for free with the Clark County School District, and now they're able to get into college and start working with a job that's at least $3 or $4 above minimum wage.
Perhaps best of all, once students graduate and then pass their national registry exam, they can work virtually anywhere in the country as an EMT. Well, who doesn't love having someone else prepare meals for them? Las Vegas, of course, has made a name on catering to the dining needs of tourists and locals alike, both on and off the Strip. And that has led to a solid demand for culinary workers. Southeast CTA not only provides the skills that help a student enter a culinary career after high school, but for some students, it keeps them interested in school itself.
Today we're doing the 2 chocolate desserts. So we're doing the chocolate sauce, and then we're doing the chocolate souffle.
Chef John Schlotthaven is one of 2 chefs at Southeast Career and Technical Academy, working with students on a daily basis. Students watch the chef demonstration first, then work in groups to complete the task themselves.
So the double boiler, the reason why we use it is because it's a gentle way of adding heat to whatever it is that we're cooking.
The culinary program is meant to be more than just a cooking class. It's a realistic look and experience of what a culinary career might look like.
A lot of them come in as a hobby. The Food Network has definitely been a catalyst for our program the past probably 10 years.
Chef Emily Giaccana heads up the culinary program and is proud of the realistic glimpse it gives students.
Our program is so realistic, we make it real, so they're working in a restaurant, they're not sitting down, they're sweating in their uniforms for 6 hours a day, and some of them go, oh, it's not Food Network. I'm going to have to work weekends. I'm going to have to work nights. The restaurant industry is not easy. It's fun to cook, but the restaurant industry is not that easy.
There are about 150 students currently in the program. Sophomores, juniors, and seniors are eligible, and a different group of students rotates into the kitchen each day. Under the guidance of Giaccana and Schlotthaven, the students are also responsible for preparing meals in the school's restaurant. While the program offers lifelong food skills for all students, Giaccana says about half of graduating seniors will pursue a culinary career. One of them is PJ Delaton, who, looking back, never thought this could be his career.
Before I came to high school, I had no intentions of even what my life was going to be. But coming here, having people like Chef John mentor me and show me, something I like, I think I'm going to do a culinary now. But once I came into the kitchen and found what I found that I liked it, so it gave me something positive to look forward to and want to continue high school.
As part of the program, students are required to dress the part: chef hat, shirt, and pants. Both chefs also instill a lot of discipline and respect for the food. Mistakes often turn into lessons.
This is what happens when you cook chocolate too hard or too fast, okay? You can see this was from somebody yesterday. Okay, this is supposed to be chocolate sauce.
All students who complete the program and graduate will be presented with their own knife kit, allowing graduates to walk into a job after high school if they choose, with the basic tools they need. Cassandra Meza has always had a passion for baking. Her dream, go to culinary school or directly into a restaurant.
I do feel like I'm a step ahead because I know this is what I want to do with my life, but at the same time I know I can learn more from everybody.
Giaccana strongly believes the hands-on learning is what keeps some of these students coming to school. Another aspect of the program she's particularly proud of.
We see them as sophomores, and then we see them go all the way through seniors, and we're like, our program made a difference in that kid. Like, if it changed them. Like, if they weren't in our program, not that they wouldn't have been great, but I think that we made them better coming in our program.
SECTA's culinary program has many student success stories, including graduates now working with the Wolfgang Puck Group at the Aria Casino Resort. SECTA has a small restaurant open to the public for lunch Tuesday through Friday between 10 and 11:45 a.m. You can get more information by calling 702-799-7500, extension 4058. Well, finally, a high-flying program at Rancho High School. The aviation program at Rancho is the only program of its kind in the Clark County School District and one of only a handful of schools that have programs like this. Inside Education's Kathy Topp was there when the program got a big boost.
It's good to have all these new parts because we've been mostly working with prop parts.
High school seniors Trent Barlow
I can tell a lot of these are a part of jets.
and Jessica Mendez are a part of Rancho High School's aviation program.
I became part of this program because it's very unique. My family has never done anything in relation to aviation. So I thought to myself, it'd be really cool to do something that will benefit hopefully me in the future and my family.
A program that just received a really big donation.
So they donated a lot of hydraulic systems. We have the AC unit here. We had a nose landing gear that they donated to us. A lot of avionics systems.
Rancho High School maintenance instructor Matthew Hatch.
For a high school, this is awesome. For any other school, this is awesome. But to actually get the hands-on for these expensive parts that usually you get to work on a Cessna or a Piper, these are MD-80s. So this is a big aircraft that we could actually get to take apart and put it back together.
The donation is from Las Vegas-based airline Allegiant Air.
And we're no longer operating that aircraft, but they're absolutely current parts on aircraft that could have flown and continued to fly and will be sold to fly with other air carriers. So yeah, these are modern parts that can be used to learn what the airplane is really like now.
Some of the parts are small, others not so much. In fact, the city of Las Vegas stepped in to help get the parts from Allegiant to Rancho. For students, the more modern parts allow for more hands-on and practical learning.
I've only worked with pieces like our Wright Flyer, which is essentially just the motorcycle engine. And this is much more complex.
And a chance to explore a career path where the sky's the limit.
I just want to be a part of aviation one way or another.
Thank you, Kathy. And by the way, the value of those donated aircraft parts from Allegiant Air was about $400,000. Thanks so much for joining us, and we hope you learned something new about the diversity of the CTE programs in the Clark County School District. To see all the programs available, please go to magnet.ccsd.net. We want to let you know we're back in 2 weeks with a special School Matters edition of Inside Education, and we hope to see you then.